Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow, and we are going to be talking about something that honestly I think is going to make a lot of people rich, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm going to share the reasons why. Once again, I've covered this in videos in the past, but there have been recent updates I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to take you through a little walkthrough of why I think that this thing is going to be one of the next biggest things in the 2025 market. First, I want to touch base real quick. Obviously, we see Bitcoin's price moving a little bit. I got a fun little $200 trade that I exited out of. I went long, and then I closed the trade. That was after I discovered when I came to my computer this morning that I was in a short trade all through the night, and I didn't realize it, and I lost like a $700 trade. I closed it out, went long, and made 200 of it back. So, and we're starting to pump a little bit again. I know Jerome Powell's talking right now, so I figured most of you are watching that most likely, so I figured I'd just record this because we'll see what he says based on the price action, which seems to be turning around to the upside again once we've bounced off of some support. So, moving forward, I want to touch base. This is a friend of mine. It's such an amazing, cool dude. He came from Orlando. We did this whole hour and a half face-to-face interview, and it was so great. We've known him for quite a while, and he has literally traveled to over 90 countries with a plan of hitting over 100 just by the end of this year. Apparently, he's been everywhere you can name, and he launched this coffee company, which is Coffee.cafe. It's kind of a tongue twister to me. Over 125 international brands from your favorite countries and counting. He basically goes to all of these different countries, finds the best coffees, and then works out deals with them. And it's amazing. There's a link in the description below. I'm going to be bringing him back, and Kristen and I are going to interview him again. The interview we had got corrupted. I don't know how. The audio ended up horrible. It won't edit. It won't load. It was terrible. I'm redoing my entire setup, and I'm devastated because the interview was awesome, and I don't want to give any of it away because I will be bringing him back. And he's such a cool ass dude, man. And when you hear what else he does for a living, you'll probably trip out. And it's great. I'm telling you, it's great, but I'm not going to spoil it. Colombian, Costa Rican, Mexican, Brazilian, Puerto Rican. We talked a lot about Puerto Rico, of course. But check out his website. You can subscribe. So you can basically subscribe and like hand pick your subscription, like what coffees from what countries you like the most, how strong, different flavor types, the whole nine. And it's just a really cool thing. He's not paying me anything. I don't want anything. He like came all the way from Orlando, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to talk about your coffee company probably more than once, just because he was such a great guest and such a cool dude. And when you guys hear his story, you're going to be blown away. He's really an interesting guy. So anyway, yeah, check it out. It's KAFE.cafe, and that's it. That's the whole thing. There's no .com or anything. So check it out if you guys will. Now, we're going to be talking about not Decentraland Mana, but we are. We're going to be talking about Decentraland, the Sandbox, and what I believe is going to be the number one Web3 blockchain-based gaming platform in the world in 2025, and that's Cornucopias. And I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. It's going to show you exactly why. Listen, I've been talking about this long since it was a penny. It's already 4x'd. It's only 4 cents right now, but I'm telling you, this is going to keep kicking it off. If you look at Sandbox and you look at Decentraland Mana, all of them started with roughly the same tokenomics. Decentraland Mana is at 2.1 billion token supply. You have Sandbox, it's at 3 billion token supply. And then you've got Cornucopias, which is at 3.84 billion token supply. So there are a little more Cornucopias tokens, a little more Copi token than any of these other projects, but not by much. By basically, 800 million in one case. And, obviously Decentraland Mana has the least tokens. But if we look at their pricing, where they were, Mana's all-time high was not even $6. It was 5.85 cents, so almost $6. If we look at Sandbox, its height with more tokens than Mana, and I'm going to explain why I think this is the case. $8.40. Okay. Its all-time low of basically about 3 cents. Less than a fraction of a penny for Mana. So Mana shot up significantly higher with less tokens, but still didn't peak out higher than Sandbox did. Well, if we look at the numbers for Cornucopias, liquidity aside right now, because this is still a very much so a work in progress. But if we look at the data itself, if I can get back to it, where is it here? It was basically at a low of like less than a penny. Hold on. So its all-time high so far has just been 7 cents. And that was almost 2 years ago. And original all-time low was basically a penny. So it's up 385% over the past year. 385% over the past year. Okay. So that's really, really significant. But I believe that the price of Cornucopias at some point is going to hit at least $2. And I'm going to show you the game. I'm going to show you why, okay? Because the development and what they're putting into this project is absolutely nutso. This is AAA level development. If I'm honest, I believe this is probably the only AAA development game in Web3 on a blockchain, period. None of these others compare. You look at Sandbox is cool, but it's very gimmicky. The art is limited. The art style is limited. The way you can engage with the environment and create is very limited. Limited in the sense that you have to have a very high paid professional to do it for you. There's no hobbyist dream. There's no, there really isn't much of that. And Decentraland is very similar. I'm pretty sure like you kind of have to have a developer build anything for you. And we're in this world where we're looking at a lot of these projects like we want the Second Life or the other like the Real Cash Economy game, Entropia Universe. We want to see these kinds of games but on a blockchain, right? And they're slowly trying to build a bridge between the gaps of AAA quality production and gaming with blockchain-based activity and functionalities. And I think Cornucopias is the only one doing it. So, my hang-ups on the centralized exchange liquidity aside, this is the best project out there, hands down. So anyway, I'm going to show you some of the quick updates. And I'm going to free up my mouse a little bit here. And let's see. All right, so we've got this here, which is the first update notes, key features that have been added. So there's a new day and night cycle. So you watch the sun go around and the moon can come out. The world is running on a persistent day cycle. Check the time in the top right corner of the UI. Cornucopias is on a 4-hour day cycle for our first release test of this feature. So yeah, you can see it up here. It says 5:51. So that's cool. Updated the cloud and weather system, better looking and better performing volumetric cloud system with better density, more layers and variations. All right, emotes, hold directional pad down. I'm not using a D-pad. I'm not using any kind of gamepad. I have one. I just have to find it because I've tried the racing with the keyboard and it's just you go so fast, man. You gotta use a gamepad for the racing, but it does look amazing. I'll tell you that. But you can use the controller for different remotes. Global chat with emojis. Express how you feel and what you're up to in the global chat window that is accessible by hitting the enter key. Don't forget to show those emotions with our custom emojis. Don't forget, you can press U to toggle usernames on. Additional notes here. Let me pull this one up. So night racing, which I can't even imagine how hard that will probably be. It might not, because there's so many lights and guides and things. If you thought that was a wild ride before, better buckle up. Vehicles now have working heat lamps that facilitate racing in the dark. New NPC and avatar examples. Are you on his side or is he bad news? Dusty, or more infamously known as Rattlesnake, joins the party. Vehicle performance. Some balancing was made to certain vehicles for better competition ability. And then there's game optimization. Game systems that hit the CPU and memory have been lightened for better performance, better GPU performance, and some graphical improvements. And then there's some known issues with the release. Some pretty cool screenshots. I don't think I can pull those up though in here. But there's some minor stuff. You might experience performance issues at certain times of day and in night racing due to extra light actors, longer shadows. Character movement is still incorrect on fast-moving platforms and might bug out in other situations. Players spawn in only one racing lounge for this release. Visual noise-related real-time ray tracing, Lumen, especially at darker times of the day. Volumetric cloud effects at certain times of day. Low computer spec users can experience random racing explosions and difficulty driving. Well, that sounds realistic to me, because if you got a crappy rig, you're probably going to blow up if you go really fast. You try to push the limits. And there's some other things going on with character details, face details. There's they're adding some new add-on features for like there's a new eye, like they're showing me like kind of like a digital eye. It looks actually pretty cool, but it basically provides night vision. So there's definitely a lot of stuff. Let me see if I can catch this thing over here. This will be so much easier with a gamepad for sure. And it's like, for whatever reason, I'm having a hard time seeing. And the monitor I'm using right now is ginormous. What did I just do? I just touched something I shouldn't have. It's one of those Odyssey Arc. It's like the monitor, like I could probably curl up and fit inside this thing. It's so big. And I was trying to do it on a smaller window because I get a little motion sick. And running this game on such a large monitor that's so all-encompassing, and there's so much going on. But anyway, I'm pretty sure, especially if you're like an early adopter or an NFT holder, or you've been involved in the Cornucopias community at all, I'm pretty sure you're able to get you're able to download the client and play with it and test it all out yourself. I want to get outside is what I want to do, but I have no idea how to get anywhere. I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue. That looks like it just goes upstairs again. And I've got a big glare on my screen because of my lights, so it's really difficult to see. And I guess it's dark in here for whatever reason. I'm going through like tunnels and things I shouldn't. But I guess what I would really encourage you guys to do is just start checking this out. Download the client if you can, set up your account, get involved in the community. This is just the starting hub, and once you get outside, man, it's like the whole world opens up, and there's so much to it. People are literally spending countless hours already just in this, playing around with things. They are getting ready to launch a chat client so you can actually chat with people, because I've been in and I've been wandering around. And here's the thing too that I want to make really abundantly clear. I do have my hangups about the centralized liquidity and the centralized exchanges. I'm not going to deny that. I know that's coming, and I know I'm going to hazard a guess that this will probably come in 2024. I'm just guessing because it's such a need. If I can catch this train, I think this will take me.
For riding Kalido Metro.
All right, Kalido Metro, let's go, because I really want to show you guys the city. Welcome to Kalido Metro.
Next stop, Kalido Convention Center.
The Kalido Convention Center. Okay. Maybe someday I'll host MMA events at the convention center in Kalido. That'd be kind of fun. MOC is tickets, y'all. I know I've talked about this project a lot, and you know, I know my cousin, I think he's already accumulated a couple million Kopi tokens. I'm sure he's gonna watch this video. Alex, hello, I know you're gonna be in the comments. But he loves this, and you know, he's doing so great, man. Like everything he's been doing in the crypto space. and it's his father. You know, when I tell my story about like how I got started in the cryptocurrencies, my uncle telling me about dividends at the campfire and all that, it's his father. So when you guys see Alex Lawson in the chat saying, "Yo, Crow," that's my cousin. That is my uncle's son that passed away. And it's amazing what he's accomplished in crypto already. I mean, he's obviously big into Cardano, he's big into Kopi, and he's always giving me updates on what he's doing. So the convention center folks, this place is so massive, it'll probably take me an hour just to find where I'm trying to go. And that's not really a bad thing. This is a metaverse. Like, this is a true metaverse, folks. I mean, this thing is so big and it just keeps getting bigger all the time. But check it out. I mean, that's really all I can say. Check it out for yourselves. Go play, go run around. I mean, it's definitely, it's still a bit of a resource hog, because this is like legit high-end graphics, high-end lighting, high-end all kinds of stuff. But overall, it's constantly being updated. The team is huge. Like, there's nothing like this being developed in the crypto space right now. Nothing. So I highly encourage you guys to check it out. I'm doing this video today because it's Friday. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got nowhere to go. So go ahead and download Cornucopias, have some fun. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Like, once you've spent some time in the world and you really get the feel for everything, go through the wiki, read through it. I'm telling you, the more you educate yourself on Cornucopias, the more you're going to realize this is absolutely going to take over in 2025. And I really do hope everyone's a part of it. It's not financial advice. I just want people to play with. So until next time, guys, crow your coins, and I'll see you again soon. Have a fantastic weekend.